Hello everyone, welcome to another STEM challenge. Today we are working on this, which is basically circle string art, and you notice right away that there's only string really on one side. Okay, it's just to conserve your string and make it just a little easier. So we're going to make this today. What you need are scissors, a pencil, you'll need some cardboard, and some paper. You don't really need a ruler, but yeah, you do need some string, and I've just used this dollar store string. So we're going to start. And what you need to do first, and you may have to stop this video a few times to catch up or to get your supplies, is you need to draw some string or draw some circles. So what I've done is I used the same thing to draw both circles. I used actually for this one I used the bottom of a paint can, and for my other one I used the lid of a coffee can. So anything circular is good that you can find. Now there's a reason we're cutting a piece of paper and then a cardboard, because we need to find our points along the circle, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to fold your circle, okay, your paper circle. So after you trace it, cut it out, you're going to fold it in half like this, right? Then you're going to fold it in half again like this. So you're going to keep folding it in half, and I believe we're going to go one more, and this is a little tricky fold. Fold it in half again. And this saves us from using some other tools to bisect the circle. And when you open it up, you'll notice on the folds that they're all equal distance apart, right? And if I start at the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 16 different spots. Now, you can draw a little line on each one just so you can see where they are. That might help out a little later. All right. And because I'll show you a couple of different things, a couple of different ways to do this. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use this as our template to find out where we're going to cut little slots in the cardboard. Now, if we put our piece of paper on our cardboard, all right, this is where we're cutting our slots. So if you look at the one I made, I have little slots in the cardboard so we can put the string in it. Now, as you can see, there is no cardboard there to draw a line on, which makes it a little tricky. So there's two ways you can do this. One is to have a really sharp pencil, and you can poke a hole through, okay, through each line, and it will go through into the cardboard. That's one way of doing it. Another way is to make this circle smaller, okay, and we can do that because if we fold it back up again the way we had it, and it'll get pretty close, and you don't have to fold it all the way. And if we snip a little bit off, maybe a centimeter or two around the edge like this, all right, and then if we open it back up again, then we have our template is just a little bit smaller. Now this is tricky. I'm actually going to take a little piece of tape because I don't trust myself, and I'm going to put on the middle like this, and I'm going to try to lay it down as best I can. And I know it's not going to be centered, and I know both circles won't be perfect, but that's okay. That's just the way it is, right? Now I can move it around and not worry about my circle moving. So now I'm going to put a mark where each line is. because this is where I want to do a little cut. All right, go like this, like this, right there, right there, another one, and there's 16 of these, if I recall. Okay, now I have line everywhere. It's good. And now I'm going to put this away. I don't need that anymore. And now you have marks all around the end. And now what you're going to do is you're going to cut them. And you're going to cut in maybe about that much. So it ends up being about, I'd say, maybe 3-4 centimeters. And if you cut a little too much, that's okay. All right. And we'll see if it works if we cut far enough in. The only way to know if or how far in you should cut is to measure. Right? You could actually measure your lines, and then they'll all be the same distance coming in. I just want to make sure I have them far enough in, that's all. And I think I cut that one already. Yes, I did. Okay, good. So now we start stringing. Okay, this is the fun part. Can be a little frustrating too. Now, I don't know exactly how much string we need, and I'm going to make this is going to be my top, my front. So what we need to do, and I'll try to keep it in view all the time, is start one spot, and what I would suggest, although it's not necessarily necessary, is to put a piece of tape on that one already. Right? It usually stays in there pretty good. And then you want to go across the middle, and it's pretty easy to decide where the middle is. If you want, when you put your circle on, you could poke just a temporary little hole in the middle, just so you have an idea of where the middle is. Right? Not necessary, but there's my middle, and it'll be approximately. Right? So now we go across. Now you have to decide which way you want to go around. Okay, you can go around this way, you can go around that way. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go around this way. So we go underneath. We don't go all the way, right? Because that would be a waste of string. So you go to the next one over. Right? And then you go like this and put it through. And then you go like that. Okay, so you're going this way here, and now we're going this way around here. Right? Just like this. Now we go across here. And we go across there. And by all means, if you need to slow this down or stop, then just hit that pause button. Right? Or even back up. We go across again. This next one. And you have to remember, it is only cardboard. Right? So it's not super strong, but it's strong enough. And go through there. Go around the bottom, to the back. So I'm just going from one to the next. I'm not going all the way across. And then you go here. And now we go there. And now we go across. And now I go this way. Yep. And there we go. And now I go this way. I apologize if I get it out of focus a couple of times. And now I'm going here. Okay, now I want to keep going, right? So now I'm going to go next. Now that went that way, so now you want to go either this way or this way. Let's keep going around this way. Okay, and you'll see when, because if I do this again, it's the same. But now you want to start doing. Now you want to start doing all the different diagonals, all these other shapes. Okay, and I hope it turns out. So I'm going this way, right? Now I'm not going that way. I'm going this way, right? I'm going this way along the back. And I'm going to go right there. And if you see how it's starting to form another circle, you'll end up getting another circle around here as well. Okay, I hope, as long as we do it right. Now if we go this, we got to go this way. Right. And now we're going to this one. Right. And now we go to this one. And sometimes the easiest way to look at this is if you're moving your circle around this way, so it's always turning around this way. Right, so the next one is going to go here, right, and then we're going to go here. Nope. Here. This is the one, right? See how we're making these triangles as we go. This is the trickiest part. I'm not going to show you the back because you already know what I'm doing on the back. I'm going to stay on the front. Okay, now I want to go across to there. All right. See, I'm making this curve is happening. Okay, and I'm going to go underneath, behind, and come out there. And now I'm going to go to that one. All right. So this one is next. And we know we're going to go this way somewhere, right? And it must be there. Now, here's the really tricky part, because we've come to a funny spot where it looks like we're doing it wrong, but we're not. It's just you have to go all the way around to finish it, and it'll end up being in the right spot. So now here we have two triangles going on. We have this one. We have the middle piece, and now we have a brand new one. But we haven't finished up here yet. Okay, but it will finish. You have to trust that you're doing it right, and you are. If you get to this point, you are. But now you need to still go this around the same way. All right, and now we need to go to this one. Okay, because you will end up at this one last. And then we go underneath, and then we go across, right? Yeah, our string is off a little bit here. Sometimes it gets a little loose, right? And then we go underneath here, and then we go across to this one. So now see how there's three strings now, each coming from each spot. There's three there, and then there's going to be three here next. Yep, that's the one, and then we're going down to here. Yep, there's three there. Good. Now we go up here, and coming around. Yep, it's good so far. And now we go this way, and we go, oh, I'm needing a little more string coming off my roll. Sorry about that. I was going to knock everything over. Okay, good. So now we go over to this one. All right, see our middle circle is actually forming quite nicely. All right, now we go underneath. Now this one has to go across there, and there is that one. All right, and now if we go, and just by amazing math, we go across to this one because it's the only one left that doesn't have three strings, and that's it. There we go. It's finished. Now I am going to flip it over, and then I'm going to cut the back, and I'm going to put another piece of tape on that one because I don't want it to come undone. Okay, so there we are. So it ends up that you do have three string pieces coming from each slot that you've cut, and as you saw, it worked out perfectly when we go across to make the simple square, or not simple, the simple diagonals. But then once you start adding them, it doesn't end up coming out even right away. All right, you have to go once more around for it to finish properly. Okay, it's just the magic of triangles and arcs. So you have a nice little circle around the outside, and you have your spot where all the original lines are intersecting in the middle. So it's it ends up being very cool. And you can on this, if you want, you can put you can put another piece of white paper underneath it to maybe have a little bit of contrast for color. You can try maybe to color inside the shapes. I know my daughter did something like this, and she actually spray painted it to see how it would look. It looked kind of cool. She would have done it a little differently. I think she would have cut out pieces and slid them underneath and then spray painted and then took them out. That would have taken a long time. But it turned out okay. And I hope you enjoy doing this, and please share what you've made. We'd love to see how you did, and if you did in fact add some color to it. Okay, so thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.